Going by trike. Here we go. 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 Okay. Oh, we keep adding to the show, but every time something happens, I'm
Every live stream.
every single live stream. I mean, we're learning, but dang, dude, we add a little clip or add some clips to it, and then don't know how to stop the clips. What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. I'm your host, Richie Rich,
and this is Chang.
Actually, so first and foremost, we apologize to you guys. I'm gonna apologize. I'm not putting this on Chang. This is how we do it. I'm taking the L because I actually set this live stream to come on at 9 o'clock tonight, as opposed to right now. And it was a mistake on my behalf. And I'm owning up to it because that's how we do it, right? So whatever happens, and I'm just gonna take this L. We might end up with 5 people in the live stream,
not really.
5 people in the live stream, or 50, who knows? But hopefully it'll be a good live stream. Hopefully it'll be a good show. Chang, kick it off. Go ahead let's keep it concise, and let's not have this take up the whole entire show.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it nice and slow.
Okay.
All right. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in, of course. And this is a call-in live stream. If you're in the US, just dial 415-490-8030. Call in and give us your tip.
It's on the banner at the bottom of the screen, so that's easy for you don't have to remember it. It's on the banner.
Yeah, and if you're calling outside the US and Canada, just add +1 on the number that's given here. And also, we have a disclaimer that we're not soliciting anything from you guys, but if you're very much welcome to send us any super chat or super sticker or any Superman.
Yeah. It's not a disclaimer. I mean, I don't want to stop people from wanting to send us, show their appreciation and support, but we're not gonna openly or actively solicit.
Hey, send us.
Yes, please send us your money. Give me a call right now. We're not gonna do any of that kind of stuff. But we're happy. We're happy for anybody who wants to send us a super chat or super sticker, anything like that. We're always excited and we always appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. Now, and also last but not the least, we are respectful in this live stream. We are respectful to everyone in the chat. We are also expecting you to do the same.
That means please be respectful toward us. We will always be respectful towards you, but also be respectful toward the other people in the audience. We do have a moderator on board, so any disrespectful comments will probably be deleted pretty quickly. So that's that. Anything else?
Anything else? We have to shout out some people who just came in.
Who are we shouting out?
Shout out. We're shouting out Slick Rick. Hello, good morning. Good evening, Slick Rick. You're first, of course.
Of course.
As usual.
Okay. Slick Rick is in the house.
Yeah, hello, Hood J.
Hood J is in the house. What it do, bro? All right, who else is in the house? DC. is in the house.
Hello, Derek.
Hey, do you guys, okay, I'm going to take you guys back. She don't know nothing about this. Do you remember LA Dream Team, right? Right? Dream Team is in the house. Remember that? Like, I don't know, you guys might remember that, but that's what, when we start this show and I do this, that's what it always reminds me of. Because they would shout out everybody, and then they would say, Dream Team is in the house. And they had the beats was just booming on all their music. But anyway, okay. Let's see who else is in the house. Jesse Moore.
Jesse Moore, what's happening?
Right, is in the house. We appreciate you guys coming in. Hopefully more people will stop in. Again, this is my bad because I completely messed up the start time. If anybody, I think there's an NBA game on. I think there's a game 7 going down. Is there a game 7 going down right now? Um,
I don't know. But while you're looking at that, so hello, Bob Smith. How's the weather right now there? So it's hot here in the Philippines.
it's hotter than July. You don't.
No,
You seriously don't?
I don't know.
Man, we gotta
You know
get you
what I
hit to some
know?
R&B.
Nelly. It's
No.
getting hot in here.
Yeah, but okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah, that's Stevie Wonder. Everyone's feeling pretty.
No,
It's hotter than July.
no, I don't know.
Really, songs to the key of life.
No.
Man, okay, we just really got to get you um hip to some more R&B. But anyway,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Okay. What else? What else?
Who Jesse Moore said the game's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Okay, okay. So we just got the whole thing to ourselves for at least for right now. Let's get into it. Hood Jay said, "Teach me to speak Mandarin. Start with ni hao." And actually, the easiest way to remember that is just think about your ni, and then the word how, and that's hello. There you go. There's your first Mandarin lesson, right?
谢谢.
Right. 谢谢.
谢
谢
谢.
谢. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. Right. Yeah. And then if you want to say, and by the way, if you want to add a question to anything, all you have to do is add the word ma, at least for beginners. Yeah. So ni hao ma means how are you? Yeah. Right. There you go. There's first Mandarin lesson number 1. All right. Let's get it cracking. What are we talking about, Ching?
So we're talking about, is social media, sorry, a little So the question for today's live stream is social media influencing how women dress and act here in the Philippines? So pretty good topic for discussion today. And while we're at it, let's call in some of our hello. Oh, Slick Rick said, "Oh yeah, that's when I partied at City Night, San Francisco."
Yes, exactly, right? I mean, LA Dream Team was just the beats was just booming. Yeah, right, exactly. Okay. All right. So let's get into the first question is how do you think Filipino women's fashion has changed? Is that it? Are we talking about fashion with dudes?
Hold on. Yeah, it's social media influencing how women dress and act. So
Okay,
yes,
that
it
one.
includes
So we're not
fashion.
doing that one. Okay, we're doing
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Is social media, what do you think? Is social media influencing how women dress and act here in the Philippines? We were at the mall yesterday.
Yeah, we were
What
at
did you
the
take
mall
of that?
yesterday, and I really think that social media influenced a lot when it comes to fashion, how people dress, especially when it is for younger women.
Agreed.
It is very noticeable that younger women dress show a lot of skin.
A whole lot of skin.
A whole lot of skin. You can see piercings, you can see tattoos,
Belly button
yeah. Rings.
A lot of legs going, oh, how do you not see?
I already scooped the goop.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So,
Okay. So I totally agree. For just when we were at the mall yesterday, I saw so many girls with like shorty shorts.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say boobs popping out, but a lot of girls here just don't have boobs. So there wasn't really boobs popping out. But
there are boobs popping out, especially from thick women. Okay. It's given already.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think most of the girls didn't really have boobs.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's definitely changing. It is. There's no question. Social media has changed how people think. You guys keep in mind, this is a call-in show. It's a call-in show. The number's right here on the screen. Call us in. Call in. Let us know what you think. Yeah, hit us with it. In the meantime, Theo Metcalf is in the house. We appreciate you. Edge Addict is
Edge.
in the house, and we appreciate you guys joining. What? Huh? You want to show them? Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you. I am seriously behind the 8 ball, right? So let's go. All right. So we're gonna DC.
Yes.
Jesse Moore is in the house,
Jesse
right?
Moore.
Bob Smith
is
in the house.
Yes,
I'm gonna use my DJ voice.
Okay.
Right? Hood J is in the house. Slick Rick in the house. DC Senior is in the house. Edge Addict in the house. And Theodore Metcalf in the house. Frank Ellis is joining us, and Frank is in the house.
Hello, Frank. You can have all the piercings and all tattoos. I'm just not feeling it.
Frank, I'm not feeling it either, bro. To me, it's like an instant turn off. When I see that, all I think is just, okay, modern women here in the Philippines. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's an instant turn off. And to me, I'm thinking how she looks is going to be a big indicator of what kind of personality or attitude she's going to have. And I just instantly don't want anything to do with her.
Okay, so speaking of piercings, how many piercings is allowable for a female?
I don't really care.
I have 2.
I don't really.
But I don't.
Does that? I mean, if you have 14 piercings on your ear, maybe, but I don't think that really matters. I mean, it could be fashionable, but if you got 2, 3, 4 piercings, I don't think that's a big deal.
I don't think I have one here. I want to have one here, but that's you want to set, like, for example, for older women. I'm talking about myself. I consider myself as an older woman, especially when you're in the field of education. So you want to set an example to your students. You want to be presentable. So I don't think it's appropriate that you show that you have piercings here and you have tattoos. It's not a good example. I mean, it's art, but it's not a good example to younger people, especially your students. So
yeah, okay. Slick Rick said no nose rings, please. I think the septum thing is just. I think we discussed that last week. That's just absolutely out. I don't want nothing to do with somebody with a septum ring. Again, for me, this is just me. A little nose piercing right here doesn't really hurt my feelings. But when I start seeing a whole bunch of piercings everywhere, I feel like you're trying to make a statement. I feel like you're trying to make a statement, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm not really feeling that. Yeah. So,
agreed.
Okay.
All right. So do we move on to the first question?
Okay. Actually, before we do, let's bring Calvin in. We need to bring Calvin in because we had that contest, right? We had the contest, and let's see if we can get Calvin in the house. Calvin, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Rich and Jim. What's going on?
Awesome. What's going on, Calvin? All right, Calvin, I think we have a job. We got a job to do, right? As far as we got to find a contest winner. And
I'm not able to tap into the social media talk. What's going on? You don't like me, Richie?
We love you, brother. We love you. Well, look. Give us your take real quick. What do you think? Do you think social media has influenced away a lot of these girls act and dress out here?
I think yes. I think 100%. I think even if you're in a relationship with a woman and she's very, very active on social media, you better watch out. That's one of the things I look for when I find a woman anywhere in the world that's not on social media. I'm like super. My level of interest goes from if I was at 5, it goes straight to 9 to 10 because I'm like, okay, this person has some substance. They're not always showing themselves on social media. So I think that's very, very important. And I see in the Philippines, it's so heavily, even more than in other countries. In Philippines, I see that they're so inundated with the social media, man. So I definitely think that's a big, big issue. I was just real quickly, I was watching somebody saying they was talking to ChatGPT, and they were like, if you wanted to ruin a family, you wanted to ruin a relationship or something, asking ChatGPT, what would you do? And ChatGPT said, start with social media.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a serious thing, man. It's a great topic you guys bringing up, and I always love being here with you guys. And I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Let's do the giveaway.
We have this giveaway. Okay, so in the interest of keeping it fair, how do we make sure that it's an absolutely fair giveaway? Not that you're a dishonest person. I don't mean to imply that at all. But
we had a few people that submitted, and we had one young lady who she liked. And she commented and she shared. So we wanted to give it out to her. We wanted to give the winner to her. I'll give you her name here, and then we can post it up we'll post it on the Facebook so everybody can see her name and she can be notified. But her name is Elena, ELENA, PRINCIPE. Do you know her?
Elena Principe.
Do we know that?
I'm not sure.
We do now. And apparently, Elena Principal is the winner.
Yes, Elena Principal. She's the winner. Want to thank her for coming on the Redenza's page and following all of our pages and entering to win. And we will be sending out a notification to the rest of the people that entered that they can still come, and we'll send them some discounted pricing. And we thank everybody for participating. And those who hasn't, they can also come out, reach out to us, like us, and follow us on Facebook. We'd love to have them at Redenza Suites. It was a pleasure. It was a very pleasure having you guys there last week. You know,
it was our pleasure too.
And you lighten up the whole place. And a lot of people has told me that they've seen you guys stream and they're following you guys. So we have some of our people following you now. I think we got some of the team on your live right now. So we're so excited about what you guys are doing. And I've been digesting a lot of your content, man. And I'm like, you guys are bringing the fire. You're bringing the heat, man.
We appreciate that. Next time, let's do it from the Bayshore next time.
Yes, most definitely. From the Bayshore. I will post. I'll let everybody know, Elena, so she can take advantage of that. We'll send her an email also. We have her email and her phone number. So really appreciate that. Thanks for having me up today. And I don't know, Chen, how do you keep that smile on you, girl? What is it? What is it? Is it the water you're drinking, or is it that good-looking guy next to you? What is it, man?
It's a good-looking guy next to me.
She's being kind today because I'm still a little under the weather, so she's being kind today, and she's putting up with me today. But I try to keep the smile on her face, but I think today I'm testing her a little bit. So today's probably a little bit of a test. But I sure appreciate it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Okay, Cal, we'll let you go. I know you got a lot of stuff to do.
All right.
And we'll get back with you, and let's get together on that Bayshore property. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to see that property.
Yes.
They're going to want to stay there when they come out here. Okay.
All right. So everybody that's on here that maybe didn't get a chance, let them know they can go to Redenza Suites. That's in Makati. We have a boutique hotel there. There's about 20 rooms. If you have a small group or a big group, we have a nice rooftop where you can do events. If you're looking to do events, any kind of gathering on the rooftop of Redenza, that's fine. We also have a free airport pickup. If you're coming in town and you want to be picked up at the airport, just let us know. We'll pick you up at the airport. Starting next month, we're doing continental breakfast on the weekend, so you'll get a free breakfast on Saturday and Sunday. So we really want to invite you guys out to Redenza just to come and hang out. If you're in the area and you just want to come say hi, just come say hi to the staff. You might run into me at one point. So just come by and say hello. You know, we welcome your friends and family. And we thank you guys for showing us some love, man. We just love what we're doing here in the Philippines. It's just been I've had a great experience in the Philippines. I've been doing business in the Philippines for the last 5 years, and there's no other place that I would rather be right now than in the Philippines.
I can't say that I disagree with you at all. I'm happy to be here. There's some places in the world where there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, but right now, at least for me, it's not in the Philippines. So, all right, we'll welcome you the next time you get back into town, and we'll get on with our show, and we'll catch up with you later. Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you, Calvin.
Thanks, Calvin.
Right,
Take care, bro.
Bye.
All right. Okay, cool.
So don't forget to follow. Don't forget to follow Redenza Suites on Facebook. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Absolutely.
Visit their page, and you'll have an awesome stay at Redenza Suites.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get back into our topic. Let's see.
All right. So Tiger Ronnie, hello. Thank you for joining our live stream.
What's up, Tiger Ronnie in the house?
Yeah. Frank Ellis said, yes.
Where? Right here?
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you.
I'm still sick.
Frank,
I feel like I got a fever.
I got you. So Frank Ellis said, isn't the Philippines #1 country on social media? Yes.
It is. I've never seen people care so much about people they don't even know. I've never seen it, and I still don't get it. Like, why do you immerse yourselves in the lives of people you don't know that don't care anything about you and couldn't give a rat's ass about you, but you care so much about what they're doing, where they're living, how their life is going? I don't get that at all. I don't get it. Okay?
Yeah. So Q in the Philippines. Hey, Richie Rich, how's the Philippines treating UNC?
The Philippines is good. I got a mixed comment on that because the Philippines is good to me, but I've been under the weather. I'm still under the weather. Had a little bit of the flu bug, so it's got me down for like the past 4 days. In fact, like 2 of the last 4 days, I couldn't even eat. I'm starting to recover. I'm starting to get back on the good foot. So James Brown on the good foot. Yeah, man.
No idea.
Right. Anything over 2,000, you know all of that, right? But anything before it, you don't. Okay. Yeah. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. But yeah, I'm getting back on the good foot. Other than that, Philippines is wonderful. is awesome. The weather's hot now. Don't get it twisted. But I love it. But I absolutely love it.
But adding to the weather is kind of unpredictable now because we're entering the typhoon season.
Yeah.
So it's hot in the morning till afternoon, and then eventually towards, going at night, it's going to be raining so hard.
Yeah, exactly. It rains quite a bit.
Mm.
Jack Devani is in the house.
Hello,
That is
Jack.
a new name. I don't recall seeing a Jack
I don't
Devani.
recall
But
either.
Jack, you are welcome. Thanks for joining us. And
Yeah.
Jack said what?
I don't think that women in the Philippines are really that different from anywhere else.
You know what, Jack? As time goes by, I'm starting to agree with you, bro. But here's where I differ. Here's where I differ. You can let me know what you think, right? Where I disagree with that is this. A woman in the Philippines is never going to disrespect a man in public. Never. You are not going to see that. You're not going to see her disrespect any man, not her man, not a man, not a stranger. You're not going to see that. She's not going to disrespect him in public. She's not going to talk crazy to him in public. She's going to show him the respect that he deserves. I don't think you're going to see that in the Philippines. At least maybe not in the near future. I haven't seen it, and I don't expect to see it. That's where I differ. But as far as the clothing, I think we were talking about this yesterday,
last night,
right?
Yeah.
And I see more and more modern clothing, more and more women dressing more modern. But overall, here in Manila, in the city center, I still think that 7 or 8 out of 10 women dress conservatively.
I agree.
That's still you see some different, more modern dress here in Manila. But we were kind of like we were people watching yesterday,
yes.
and we counted out, and like still 8 out of 10 women dress conservatively and aren't showing a whole bunch of skin, nothing like that. So I suspect even as you go to smaller provinces, it's going to be even more so. So I still think it's different than what you would get in a lot of Western countries. But the mindset is changing. Let's never get that twisted. The mindset is becoming more and more modern.
Yeah, in addition to what you said, you also have to consider the age bracket of the person or
youngsters.
the younger ones are really like dressing modern nowadays.
I
like
agree.
A lot of it's more skin than clothing.
Yeah.
Now, so
it's the youngsters.
It's the young.
Yeah.
But if you're going to look at people from 30 years old and above, modestly dressed.
And above, like older
older women.
Okay.
30 years old women and above. So yeah. So Tiger Ronnie said, how's the weather going to be in June? I will be there for a couple of weeks. I think it will still be hot, but normally in the afternoon it will rain. So if you want the activities, you do it in the morning.
Yeah, it's typhoon. Yeah. It is in the middle of typhoon season in June. It kind of kicks it off. So it rains a lot. It already started raining in the afternoons. So, but June, it's going to be hot. But yeah, like she said, do your stuff in the mornings and just chill in the afternoon.
Enjoy the weather.
Enjoy the weather, and it'll be a little cooler and all that. Okay?
So, Derek Casanara said, Filipinas are extremely clean and kind women.
I'm DC. I'm gonna say I'm gonna definitely agree with you on the clean part, because if you ever noticed, like they take a shower after like everything, and I'm mad at nobody for having a shower, because before I do something with anybody, I kind of want to, I want some clean insurance. I want some insurance that they're gonna be clean. So, but I would definitely agree that a lot of the Filipino women are very clean. And you said in kind. I think it depends. To me, I think it depends on your definition of kind. But for the most part, I'm still going to agree with you. I think they are kind women. You just have to watch. You have to vet carefully here. You really have to vet carefully here.
Yeah. Really. Is she kind because?
Yeah, because she's trying to get in your pockets. Right.
Is she kind because she's just kind?
Right.
Yeah. So Maurice O'Brien, hello Maurice O'Brien. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Rich and Cheng, just getting in. Hope all is well.
What's up, Mo? What's happening? Better late than never, bro. Yes. We always appreciate you coming in.
That's right. And of course, before we move on to the next comment, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. And don't forget to drop a comment. And most importantly, this is a call-in live stream.
It is a call-in live stream. Do not forget it. You are welcome to call in anytime. Give us your take. We love the calls. The calls is, to me, the calls is my favorite part of the show.
Yes.
So we definitely love the calls. Here's the number, 415-490-8030. give us a call, give us your take, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, in between time,
Yeah. So Jack Devani said,
right?
okay.
It always flips it up. It always,
I know,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So let's have JK first.
Okay.
Hello, JK.
What's
Thank
up,
you.
JK? Another new name. JK is in the house. We appreciate you, JK.
Mhm.
Let us know where you're from. If you're new to our channel, you're new to our live stream, definitely let us know where you're calling from or where you're dropping in from. All right. But what's up? Thanks for joining us, JK.
Yes, I'm glad you found our channel and you appreciate the vibe. Thank you so much. Yes.
Larry B is in the house. Larry, did you see your picture up? We shot your picture up. You were famous. We made you famous for just 30 seconds. I don't know if you're really famous. It's just our channel. But yeah, but a few people saw you, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, but we definitely appreciate. I had a good time meeting up with Larry out in Savannah, Georgia. We had a really good time, a really good lunch. Okay. All right.
Yes. So Jack Devani said, I'm half Iranian.
Okay.
Let me tell you, as soon as women come from Iran to America, it's full makeup, full on Kardashian mode. Even in Iran, a lot of women cake on the mascara and makeup.
Jack, I've heard that. I've actually heard that the Western influence especially when it comes to women in Iran, I mean, freedom. We want everybody to have equal rights and freedom and all that stuff. For me, I'm not a Muslim man, but here's my take, and you can share. I would love for you to call in and share what you think. If I'm a Muslim man, I have certain expectations about what our women are going to be like. And the one thing I want our women to be a certain way and to put family first above all else. And I've read from many people, and I've heard. I have actually one good friend who's a doctor who's from Iran, and he kind of said the same thing. So I'm kind of curious to get more of your take on that.
Personally speaking, I think women from Iran or any other Middle Eastern countries, they're attractive or beautiful.
They're beautiful. A lot of them are very beautiful.
Very beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
So Devani said, I think we got to take people for who they are on an individual
Exactly.
level.
You can't put them in a group, right? You can't put everybody in a group and say these people this or these people that. It's definitely
generally speaking, or majority of the women from their country is very beautiful, in my opinion. Yeah. Ron Hughes, hello, Ron.
It's hotter than July.
It's hot in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's hot. That's why they call it Hotlanta, right? What's going on with you, Ron? What's going on, bro?
Hello. And living our lives. Hey, y'all, I'm late, but I'm here. Morning from Carmona, Cavite.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, LOL? We appreciate you in the house. How's the weather down in Carmona? It must be nice. Aren't we supposed to be down there for like a Spartan thing? Isn't there an event?
No, it's in Capas, Tarlac.
Oh, okay. No, but there's a future one down in
Laguna.
In Laguna, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Naps. Hello, Naps.
Naps is in the house. Sorry, I'm late. You guys.
It's
actually I'm gonna apologize to you guys for you being late because I'm putting it on me. I scheduled the live stream for a later time, and I accidentally put PM instead of AM. So the time was wrong, and that's on me. I appreciate you guys stopping in and joining us anyway.
Yes, thank you so much. And Roger Parker, hello, Roger Parker. It's by South Bend, Indiana.
You know what's famous about South Bend, Indiana?
I have no idea.
Okay. You ever heard of Notre Dame University?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's famous. About
okay.
South Bend,
Thank
Indiana.
you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what's going on, Roger? What's happening? I didn't go to Notre Dame, but I went to see the campus at Notre Dame. It's a nice place. Very nice place, right?
So, Jack Devani said, I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Almost every woman dresses scantily clad. Virtually every woman on the beach is in a bikini, even if they don't have a bikini body.
Right. And out in Florida, the lower you get, the further south you go, the less clothes they wear. Yeah, and when you get down to Miami, I mean, it's off the hook. It is off the hook for reals. Yeah. Okay. So Jack said, I'm not a Muslim man either, but I do want the same thing from a woman. I want family first and loyalty and the ability to have deep conversations. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Yes, at the end of the day, you want someone to share your thoughts with. What do you think about this topic? Someone to connect with on a deeper level.
Exactly.
It's not mostly superficial. And what?
Do we connect on a deeper level?
Of course. We have. Yes. I got you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we when we sit down, we talk about life stuff and deep conversations about life. So yeah,
I
that's
agree.
what I want.
I agree. Okay.
Mhm.
Joey's in the house. What's up, Jover?
Hello, Joey. Thank you for joining us. As a Filipino, women here still wear modesty on beaches. I agree.
I, dude, I haven't been to the beach, but I don't think like it's not like Miami. It's not
Like
like where
two
there's
piece.
where there's like just something covering the nips and something barely covering the cooch.
Yeah.
It's you're not gonna see that here in the
Yeah, but
Philippines.
here in the
Yeah.
Philippines, I have to tell you, because women especially, are so concerned with getting,
Darker.
darker,
Right.
especially on the beach. So
Mhm.
they wear full clothing, like long sleeve,
Right.
rash guard, long leggings or tights on the beach. So they don't want, burned skin. So
Right. Okay.
yeah. So Roger Parker said, I tell everyone about
Hmm.
your channel. You guys are very informative. Cheng laugh always make the day better.
We appreciate that, Roger. We definitely appreciate that for sure.
I try to be feminine when I
Yeah.
laugh, but I cannot.
Yeah, you do all right. You do pretty good. Yeah, and the laugh is infectious, though. Right?
Thank
Yeah, I mean,
you.
it kind of it gets to you. Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, Tiger Ronnie said, "Can you bourbon in the Philippines?"
Is this? Can you drink bourbon, or I'm guessing? I'm guessing that you're saying, can you drink bourbon in the Philippines? Tiger, if I read that right, you better be able to, because I got some right over there, and I drink it. So I don't drink it that often because I don't have a lot of cats to drink it with, and that's an open invitation. So if you're a cool and easygoing person and don't go crazy when you drink, if you want to come over here and drink some very very good stuff, join me. Definitely
Yeah.
join me. Yep. Okay.
So Joey said, hello. I'm sorry. It's
Okay.
okay. So good morning, brother. All right. So JK answered your question. You asked for location. I'm in Kansas City. Thoughts on Dumaguete? Worth the hype?
JK, well, I'll let you go. You
Okay.
go. Yeah.
So personally speaking, I hear a lot of foreign men go to Dumaguete to live. So I think, in my personal opinion, I think there are a lot of foreigners. If you want to live in a place where there are a lot of foreigners, so Dumaguete is the place for you. And if you want somewhere more, away from the foreigners, I would stay away from Dumaguete City.
Here's what I'm going to give you on that, JK. If there's a lot of foreigners, if it's known for having a lot of foreigners there, guess what? The Filipinas know that there's a lot of foreigners there. So you're going to get a large amount of women who are after money. They're hunters. The hunters are going to come to they're in Dumaguete. So it's even more that you need to vet very carefully
Exactly.
and choose wisely.
Mhm.
If I can't get any message across to the fellas on this that are here, these women are good. They're very good at what they do. I'm telling you guys, they're very good. They know all the sweet words. They know all the right things to do. They will make you feel like you're on cloud nine, like you're in heaven. And some of them it's legit, but a lot of them they're trying to get into your pockets. They know what they're doing. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, they will make you feel like you're the only man in the world.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. Okay.
Yep. So Frank Ellie said, in Miami, dental floss.
Exactly.
That's
what it's like. They cover the nips. They cover the nips and just cover the cooch. I mean, seriously, it's like
like a
that.
small
Yeah.
triangle.
And there's not even just the booties out and all of that. It's you won't see that here unless it's a foreigner.
Yeah.
If you see
I saw some.
if you see a local woman like that, she's for the streets. She is straight for the streets, right? Okay.
Yeah. So Corporal Hicks, hello. Thank you for joining us. Maayong buntag. My background is Filipino, but I'm just wondering, is it wrong to ask your relatives or cousins for favors like getting a ride somewhere if they're going to the same place you are? I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so.
In my opinion, because my cousins and family is cool. Like when you're going to the same place, no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
I would hope they would volunteer and say, "Look,
Yeah,
you go to the
hey,
same place? Yeah,
you
want
go
to
with
ride?
me. Yeah, you want to ride? Yeah.
I don't think it would be wrong, but
I don't think it would be wrong either.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't think so, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So Journey Trials, enjoy. Hello,
What's up,
thank
JTJ?
you. Yeah, hi guys. How are you guys doing? Glad I caught this live.
We're glad too. We're glad too. I'm serious, you guys. I'm walking out on the plank. I'm taking the L, and I'm saying this one, this one time, this was my fault. It was my fault. I put the wrong time in. I'm glad we got 40 people in the audience joining us. We probably would have
Yes.
more if I had scheduled the correct time, but we're glad you guys joined us. So
yes, thank you
appreciate it,
so
yeah.
much. And this is an interesting conversation. It is, because we notice a lot of changes from 10 years ago to now, that a lot of women are dressing differently.
Would you say a lot? Okay, let me ask you. But would you say it's a lot of women? Like we literally, for in preparation for this live stream,
Mm.
we people watched yesterday. Would
Mm.
you say it's a lot? I definitely agree it's a lot more than before. But is it a lot?
I think out of 10, 3 out of 10 would dress like with
A little bit more modern.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit more modern.
But also keep in
30%.
mind that we're in Manila, right?
Mhm.
We're in the capital city, in the city center, and we're at Mega Mall, right? One of the
Mhm.
biggest malls here out in the
Metro Manila,
Philippines.
yeah.
But okay, so but would you take that into mind and think like if we were in another city, and then the women are probably going to dress a little bit more conservatively?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, it depends on the age range. So if we're just talking about younger women, so I would think that younger women would dress like out of 10. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
we're gonna take. Okay, hold on a second. We're gonna take a
Mhm.
call.
yes.
Okay, give us a
Oh,
quick second.
yes, please. Yes.
Give us a quick second.
One
We'll
moment.
connect you. Okay, I think we got you on. This is Richie Rich and Ching. Who's calling?
Hi, this is Journey Charles and George.
Hey, what's up,
Hello.
JTJ?
Good. I'm so glad that I caught your live there, Rich and everybody. What do you call it? This is an interesting conversation. I actually had this convo the other day with somebody,
Mhm.
and I was telling them, I was like, yeah, changes are happening due to social media.
Yes.
And it's gonna be rapid. And I think a lot of the Western guys, they're gonna find this pill hard to swallow, because what's gonna happen is you see a lot of the guys, they don't tend to want to go to Thailand, because Thailand's reputation of like, let's just be honest, Thailand is a place for adult men where they go,
Exactly.
and it's $1 billion industry where guys go there for adult fun. But
Right.
what the Philippines what the Philippines was known for was the fact that it has traditional values. It's a
Mhm.
80% Christian nation, Catholic
Right.
nation wise. So the influence of women there are more just. But like with anything in life, when there's corrosion and begins to start, the younger generation starts adopting that new path. So religion doesn't really become much more applicable to a generation, and it starts changing to society. Case in point, America.
Mhm.
If you were to go back to America in the 60s or 50s, you would know the fact that America was a much more faith-based society. Whether or not there's segregation or racism, people had a sense of values,
Right, I agree.
and everything else like that. So what you're seeing with the Philippines is a transition from that kind of old world mentality, kind of like, oh, okay, we don't need the same type of morals as our parents do.
Mhm.
It's about survival. And when things become more materialistic, in the sense of, hey, a woman needs to get out of poverty. How do you what's the best way to get out of poverty?
Exactly.
They'll tend to play the men. And the problem is, my biggest quarrel is not so much the fact that, there's girls that want to date older men and be with older men. The problem is the quality of men that are going over there. And the problem is that the guys who are going over there, and I stressed this to you last time, that a lot of the guys who are going over there have not worked out their own demons in their life, and instead they go to the Philippines and inflict those demons onto a new generation of young women that in turn destroys them, and they turn that problem into society, and it changes. It's like a cause and effect. So the men basically going there who are not worked on themselves are literally destroying the place that they're going to.
You know what, JTJ, I'm going to give you props for that, because We just had this talk this morning before the live stream. And look, I'm gonna drop this call. I appreciate you calling in. And again, as I said last time, I love your comments. You have some thought-provoking stuff.
Yes.
Don't let this be the last time you call in, okay?
For sure. Nice
Okay.
talking to you.
Oh, definitely
Thank
nice
you.
talking to you. Appreciate it. We just said, I was it this morning or yesterday?
Go ahead.
We were just saying, or I was just saying, I think a lot of the cats that come here to the Philippines, they come here and they bring their issues to the Philippines and they gaslight the Filipinas.
It's this morning.
It was this morning, yeah. And they gaslight the Filipinas and they put it all, they'll go online or social media and they gaslight the Filipinas and say, she did this, she did that, she did that. But look, but we told you, you did everything that everybody has told you not to do. Everything from start to finish, you did every single thing that everybody's told you not to do. You ended up picking a rotten Filipina because, you know, and I'm not going to say that you're rotten, but you end up picking low hanging fruit and you got what you were supposed to get. You got exactly what you were supposed to get. But now you're going to gaslight this Filipina because you ended up in a situation when all you had to do was not lead with your money. All you had to do was be honest and be upfront and just handle the relationship like it should have been. But I think a lot of dudes come in and they don't do that. So I absolutely agree with you. And I'm not saying that's every dude, because look, in the same breath, I'm saying that there's a lot of Filipinos that just are less than desirable. Not all of them, because there's a lot of good ones. But look, they understand that foreigners are hanging out in Dumaguete, so they're going to Dumaguete. They understand that foreigners are hanging out in Manila or Cebu, so that's where they go. They go where the targets are, and they find targets. They're going to make you feel good. They're going to do all the stuff we're telling you they're going to do. It's up to you whether or not you pay attention, whether or not you listen and understand. And it's not just us. Listen to the other content creators. We're telling you what they're going to do. If you still fall into the trap, is it their fault? Did you really get scammed, or just were you a sucker?
Yeah. And also, in addition to what you said, we say normally that women have this Disney dream. You know, Disney dream that
dudes too.
Yeah, dudes also have this Disney dream. You meet a Filipina who you met at the bar, low-hanging fruit, as many of you guys may call it, and you have this thinking that when I take her out of the bar, she will change.
I'm gonna change her into a housewife.
Yeah, but remember, you can take the girl out of the bar, but you cannot take the bar out of
her
the
mind
girl.
is still where it is, right?
Yes.
She has a bar life mentality.
Totally.
She's in the game. She's always gaming. That's her whole thing. That's what she's been doing.
Yeah, she's been hustling as a bar girl, and if you take her out of the bar, of course she will still find ways, even if you're excuse me, even if you're going to give her money, that doesn't mean she'll stop doing what she's doing.
Right. And it's not just the bar girls. I just want to say that it's not just bar girls. It's a lot of women. They've been taught by their aunties, by their friends, how to run that game. They've been taught how to do that. And the women are becoming very, very smart because they have social media. They're learning from other people's mistakes. They're learning how to run the game, and they don't mind. It's an exchange. It's a transaction. They don't mind giving you a little this or that in exchange for your money, your time, your resources. That's the exchange for them. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, guess what? A little good morning, a little I love you here and there. I can get allowance for school. So how easy is that to earn money here?
Right.
So
how many times have we said, dudes, don't send money to Filipinos you've never met face to face?
Don't do that.
But we will hear dudes say, well, I sent her money, but it was just a little bit. But dude, it doesn't matter, because you set an expectation, and she's gonna keep getting your pockets. Oh, today was for this, tomorrow's for that, tomorrow's for this.
You won't realize it.
It's not about the amount of money she's asking for. It's the principle that any woman who's asking you for money is not the right woman for you. If you're down for the long-term relationship, if you're down for building something special and long-term, that's not the woman for you. So just keep it pushing. If she asks you for money, keep it pushing. I don't care how good looking she is. She's supposed to be good looking. That's how she gets your money.
And you know, you always think about the long run. So for now you feel good, but what happens when you don't have the money to give anymore?
Right. And a lot of cats run out of
money.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move On to Roger Parker said, wanting to visit in May of 2026. Is there an area that typhoons don't hit often? They don't really hit so much. I mean, they'll hit it here in Manila, but less in Manila than in
More
the
in the
lower the lower provinces or the lower islands. Less up here.
Mostly in Bicol, that's where they hit the typhoon, and then also in Isabela, somewhere in north.
You gotta go bigger, honey. Most of us have never heard of
Bicol is like somewhere in Luzon area. Where Manila is also in Luzon. But mostly when the typhoon hit, it will flood for one day, or it will subside later on. So I think
bring the galoshes.
Yes.
Bring the galoshes. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So there's no place in the Philippines where there's no typhoon. I mean, often, very often. But here in Manila, it's a good place to what?
Yeah, so he's following up on my comment before. Okay, Tiger Ronnie said, I meant to say, can you get bourbon or should I bring some? You can. You know what, Tiger? Let me tell you. Let me be real with you. You can get bourbon, but here's my thing. I don't know if it's legit bourbon. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if it's copy stuff. In China, you could get everything, the same thing. They import or export a lot of stuff over here. I'm just saying, I don't know that it's legit bourbon. Right?
But if you want to get legit stuff like imported products, I'm not sure if every city here in Manila we have we call SNR shopping. It's like Costco.
It's like a Costco, and it has legit stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the short answer is yes, you can. But don't you have to have a card, a membership card for that? So
it's very cheap.
You just need to know somebody who has a membership.
And you can apply for your own membership. It's just 700 pesos.
Right.
Annually. All right. So Naps said Miami Beach's popular beachwear is a C-string bikini. It's just like a G-string bikini, but without the strings.
Naps, don't make me laugh, bro. Don't make me laugh. My stomach really still hurts, and if you make me laugh, then it's gonna hurt a lot.
C-string?
Yeah, it's a C-string bikini. You get
Yeah.
All right.
I gotcha.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Slow.
Yeah, you're a little slow today. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So Bob Smith said, do you think that some of this Western influence might be purposeful?
I don't know. I could guess yes. I mean, the deal is anyone or any place that has expendable or disposable income, they're trying to influence those people, because the bottom line is women own 2/3 of the debt and women spend more money. So they're trying to, so it stands to reason that they're trying to influence a lot of women to be buyers. And so you have influencers pounding their ideas and thought ideology on a lot of women here.
This will look good on you.
Yeah. So I would say yes. So I would definitely say yes, right?
Yeah. And also, so Bob Smith said, meaning that if Western women can use media to get the women there to be more like them, then the Filipinos would make themselves less competitive.
Interesting. I'm gonna be real with you, Bob. I think I don't think the Western women can compare to the Filipino women. I just don't. I don't think so. Not for Western men. I think Western men, we like what we like. I think we like a woman who's fit, feminine, and friendly. And I just don't think the majority. I think it's flipped. I think if you look at 10 women in the West, depending on where you are, obviously Miami or LA might be different, but depending on where you are, if you look at 10 women in the West, 5 to 6 to 7 of them are going to be overweight. Some of those are even going to be obese. And then there might be 3 that are in shape, depending on the age and where you are, right? But here it's going to be the opposite. There's in Manila, it's going to be the opposite. There's going to be about 4 to 6 that are 3 to 4 that are like really, really overweight. Yeah, 3 to 4 that are overweight. But also we're in Manila. So when you go out of Manila and you go into the provinces, you get a lot more thinner women, completely different attitudes, very, very much more agreeable, fit, feminine, and friendly. So it really depends on where
you are.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
For sure. So
let me put the number back up here. So when people call, why don't you can read this off of, look at that. What is that? What's that? Oh, you mean you can read the comments off of that? That's awesome. How does that work? Okay, let's put the banner up so people can get the banner, so
Mm.
that people can have the call-in number in case they want to call in,
Mm.
and you can still read the comments. How about that?
Yes.
All right.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Is that a new
We're a great
invention?
team, right? Great team.
Is that
All right,
a
let's
new invention?
go ahead.
But anyway, if you want to share us your take, don't forget to call in. This is a call-in live stream, 415-490-8030. And also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Definitely
You
a
have
thumbs
2
up.
thumbs. Just give us one.
Thanks, Jane. The comments, if you please.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up where we are right now. So, Living Our Lives said, JK, where you go depends on why you left your country. We came to Cavite area because there are not a lot of other immigrants in many of the cities. So what is your why? So you have to answer. You have to have a why before
Right.
you move into a specific place.
Right.
Yeah. Good
Right.
call. Thank you,
Agreed.
LOL.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, Bob Smith said, I'm speaking as a guy who has spent a lot of time working for people who shape public opinion for a living.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. As a guy who spent a lot of time, and look, I think there's definitely something to what you said. I definitely think that there's a lot of women out there who are buyers, and obviously social media it's driven by advertising, same as TV, driven by advertising, and who's doing the buying? It's a lot of women doing the buying, right?
Mhm.
So I think it targets women purposely, without a doubt.
Yes. So coming from a Filipino himself, Jover Agbayani said, yes, I'm from here in the Philippines. Vet carefully, fellas. They make you feel loved and cared unless you vet carefully to our women.
Yes.
So he said it himself. He's a Filipino, you know?
Yeah.
So Tiger Ronnie said, mini bikinis in Miami. You will not see that in the
You
Philippines.
will not.
Seldom. Very,
I don't think
very rare.
from a local woman.
Yeah, I've seen some when I went to Boracay.
For real?
Yeah,
What?
when I went to Boracay, and then I see some, what do you call that? T-back or G-string?
Yeah.
T-back.
Yeah, I mean, but those. If you guys let me know what you think. If I saw a local woman wearing that, she's immediately off the list. I mean, I don't care how beautiful she is, because you know where her mind is. You know where her mind is. I'm cool with that. To me, it's the same as you go on a dating website or a profile. You see a profile with a woman, bent over, her boobs poking all out or her ass poking all out, and you click on that because you like to see it. But is that really the woman that you want? If she's doing that for everybody to see, she's leading with that. To me, that's a red flag.
Okay, so what if, for example, she's wearing a bikini, but she has like a dress on top of it, so to show too much skin.
I'm okay with that. I guess
a cover up.
It's the presentation. It's all about the presentation to me. Right. Okay. All right. So,
Kevin
St. Cyr. Kevin St. Cyr. First and foremost, Kevin, welcome to our channel. It's a new name for us.
Hi, Richie and Cheng. I saw you for the first time when Cheng was interviewed, parts 1 and 2. I found very genuine and honest. New subscriber from
SoCal.
Yes, South Carolina.
SoCal.
So,
yeah. And, it could be South Carolina, but I'm guessing you mean SoCal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, and I'm glad you liked that interview.
We appreciate you subscribing. I'll vouch for Cheng. I think that interview was very genuine, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We had some tears.
I mean, it just was what it was.
Yeah.
We kind of just opened up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kevin. And then Living Our Lives said, you are correct. Almost all social changes are spread on purpose. Many times it is to weaken a culture or society to make it easier to control in certain areas.
I've said many times, think about how think about what happened to the Roman Empire, how it ended up imploding from within. And I feel like you often see a lot of the same things happening in American society. So I think so too. Sorry, I'm having a lot of stomach pain right now. Can you?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, thank you for joining us. Kathleen is here. So is Troy Quote.
Remember, it's Coat.
Yeah.
Coat. Just
Troy
like,
Coat.
yep, just
Yeah.
like a coat.
Troy
You put on
Coat,
your
thank
coat,
you
right?
for joining us.
And Kevin St. Cyr is from SoCal.
Yes,
Okay.
SoCal. Thank you so much. Now, thank you for the clarification. Now, Slick Rick here said, I'm sorry, I'm lost a little. Okay, so Kathleen said to Joey, he is Pinoy disguised as American. So, all right, so that's a conversation between Kathleen, Slick Rick, and Joey. Hello, HPP. Hi, Player Prodigy. Thank you for joining us on our live stream. Again, if you just came in, don't forget to hit the
What's
thumbs
up, player?
up.
What's
Yes.
going on, player?
So, amen. Foreigner accountability is the core problem of many complaints.
Hi, player. I'm just calling it what it is. I'm not saying oh, I'm better than other foreigners. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying we see a lot of dudes coming and making the same mistake. We see a lot of the content creators saying the same things, giving you guys the playbook, giving you guys the cheat codes, right? When I say you guys, I'm just talking about foreigners that are coming in, right? Giving you guys the cheat codes. But it's like people get here and they go crazy because suddenly there's this woman who's giving you all this attention, who's saying all the right stuff. She's so pretty. She's different than what you get at home, and you get sucked in. That's the game. That's the game.
Sorry, I'm laughing because we were having this conversation earlier this morning. Why don't they listen?
Yeah, I know. You
I
get
want to pull my hair.
Yeah.
We make all these videos to, before you come here,
People
you
gotta
have
learn their own way.
to have your mind right, your pockets right, so you don't end up with the wrong Filipina.
Right.
I mean, we don't blame you for you doing one or two mistakes, but checking all the
Right. Like it's like, you know what, I'm gonna do everything they told me not to do. Everything, right? Let's go for the trifecta.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. It is a little it's kind of crazy. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating for us
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Because we want everybody to come here and
find a good
someone.
woman. Yeah, find a good woman. But I was gonna say, here's the frustrating thing for me. The frustrating thing for me is that when everything blows up because you didn't do because you did everything we told you not to do, everything blows up, and then I get emails saying, "Oh my God, Rich, everything blew up. She did this to me. She did that to me. She did that." And I ask a couple questions, and it turns out they did everything we said. Hey, don't do this. Make sure you don't do this. And then I'm like, well, what did you expect to happen? That's the frustrating thing to me, right? Is the emails I get when I find out that all this stuff has gone wrong, and I don't want anything to go wrong. But when you look at it, I'm like, but you knew it, and you just okay, all right, all right.
Yeah. So, hold on. Joey Jover said, "Yes, I agree." Sorry. Yeah. Yes, I agree to Sir Richie. Women makes herself look good to attract guys. If she truly wants a good man, she would be displaying herself in the streets.
Exactly.
She wouldn't be.
She wouldn't be
displaying herself
Let's
in
read
the
that
streets.
a little slow.
Okay. So if she really truly wants a good man, she wouldn't be displaying herself in the streets.
Exactly. Look, I mean, if you have this woman, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I mean, we all know what we think is attractive, and I want a woman with nice everything, especially a nice body. But I don't want a whole bunch of other men. I don't want her advertising that to a whole bunch of other men. I would rather see that for myself when the time comes, right? So when I was on a dating site or whatever, I'm looking for the woman who looks conservative, right? She's going to show me all the goods when we get together anyway. She's going to show me the goodies. But I don't want her to be advertising the goodies to everybody. That's a turnoff to me.
Yeah, for
but
everyone
you get
to
that.
see.
But you get that a lot. You get that a lot these days. So
yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Mike Dorsonville. Thank you for joining us on our live stream.
Excuse me, this is gonna hurt.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Joey Agbayani said, "Some taught you that must be so humorous, Filipinos." Okay. That's a conversation between them. All right. So, Journey Trials and Joy said, "A lot of men who go to the Philippines are weak men."
There's some guys who come here and they look. I want to say this again. My dream is that every single cat that comes here finds the woman of his dreams. They ride off happily into the sunset, and everything is good. That's my goal. That's what I would love to see happen. But JTJ, I got to be real with you. There are, and they think that whatever problems they had in their home, that they're going to leave those behind because they're in a new place. But as the saying goes, wherever you go, there you are, right? And they don't get that. They really think that they can start fresh or start new, but you still have the same mentality. You're still not confident. You're still not about your pockets. You haven't gotten the gym. You're not taking care of yourself. Those things still apply. And if you don't think it matters to a woman, you're crazy.
And he added that the women in the Philippines are going to change. The issue is what will change. Will that change look like?
I'm not sure where you are, hon. Yeah, I'm just not sure where you are.
Maybe lower, because yeah. Scroll more.
Okay. Well, we're passing some people's comments, so let's do this. Let's
Okay.
yeah. So let's do this. Let's put Catlin's comment on here.
Okay. So Catlin said, "I'm the sugar mama of my American, the other way around."
Okay. I like that. Somebody who wants to take care of her man, right? And I appreciate that. And I'm definitely sure he does.
Yeah, I shouted out Mike Dorsonville earlier. Hello,
okay, we
Mike
appreciate
Dorsonville.
that. Mike is
maybe that's her. His
girl. Okay, got it. Okay. All right. So, and then let's see. Where are we at? So we're at JTJ here.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. So the women in the Philippines are going to change. The issue is, what will that change look like? Will it become like another S-tourist place, or be a place where there is values and women with morals?
I think depending on where you go, it's already an S-tourist place, because if you go to Angeles City, people know what Angeles City is known for. Yeah. So if you go there, I mean, it's kind of already that way. And if you go to Angeles City and think you're going to pull a nice future wife out of there, the odds are slim and none that you're going to pull a wife. I mean, they're not impossible, but they're not very good. We'll put it that way, right? Okay.
So JTJ added, showing off too much skin is a cry for attention.
Look at me, please look at me. I want your attention.
Yeah, not just when it comes to like face to face, when you display yourself like that, wearing those kind of clothing. Also, when it comes to social media, you cry for attention, you cry for likes and hearts and comments from people.
For validation?
For validation.
On social media.
Yes.
Women do that?
Yes.
Oh. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. And that's why there's a lot of thirst trap posts on Instagram, on like, for example, we have a lot of thirst trap thumbnails on YouTube, because
sure do.
People will watch whenever they see those kind of pictures.
We should put you on
no
thirst trap. Yeah. We could just show you booty.
No.
No,
it's not like that.
Okay.
But no,
it's not happening. It's not
happening.
We're not doing all
not
that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I want to be the person that, my kids will be proud of.
Right.
That's all.
Exactly.
And of course you. Yeah. So Stink Shag.
JTJ said, just like men, lead with their wallets is a cry for attention.
Oh,
and, yes.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Exactly. Right. It's like, because why do men lead with their wallets? Because I think the reason is, most of those men, they don't think they have the acumen. They don't have the talent, the ability, the swag, or whatever it is to get a girl any other way except to lure her in. Look what I got, right? Want some candy? That kind of thing.
It was like in our previous video, we said that you need to look at yourself as the prize. Because they won't listen.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
You need to look at yourself as the prize, because technically speaking, you have a lot to offer. You
should have a lot to offer. But what if they're not? What if they know they're not the prize? But I think that's the point JTJ is making. A lot of these men, they know they're not the prize, and they do put a woman on a pedestal, because the woman, compared to them, where they're at, is on a pedestal, right? She's out of his league, and he knows that. He knows that. So how does he get that woman? He's got to come with bread. He's got to come with bread.
But it always doesn't turn
out. It backfires every time. It backfires every time. I know.
Yeah. Whenever the well runs dry, then
I would say that stay in your lane, fellas. Stay in your lane.
Yes.
Right.
If you're a 5, don't go running after a 7 or an 8.
Stay in your lane. Yeah.
Yeah. Like for example, I'm out. You're 8 and I'm 5.
Stop. Anyway. Okay, look at you and your sweet yours. You already got me. Yeah. All right.
Grabe.
Yeah. All right. Sting Shag said, I hate going to the gyms in California, and I can find Asian, white, and Mexican women, but very few black women, if any at all. I can find them in the hair and nail shop, but not at the gym. You know what? I'm gonna let your comment speak for itself. I'm gonna just let it cook.
Yeah.
Right.
So Joey Agbayani said, yes, Lickrick, I live and born here in the
I think
Philippines.
we're skipping over people.
Sorry,
Sweetie,
that's
I
what
think
I
we're skipping
see
over
here.
people. Okay. So Troy Coat.
Okay, I'll just
Let's
refer
go.
to your
There we go.
screen.
Okay.
So social media, Troy Coat said, social media instills unrealistic expectations
Crazy
about life,
unrealistic.
success, beauty, and relationships. It erodes traditional values and promotes superficial standards.
Crazy unrealistic. I
Yeah.
mean, people think social media makes people think they deserve things that they don't deserve. You only deserve what you work for, what you earn, right? You don't deserve nothing unless you put in the work to get it. But social media makes you believe that you deserve this. Something that I was tripping on. I was looking on TikTok. I was looking on IG and I was in Facebook, and I'm amazed at all the filters. Like I couldn't find a woman that wasn't using a filter. No, I'm not talking about you. I know you don't use a filter. I couldn't find a woman that wasn't using a filter. And that's crazy. So the only way that you can get a man is you gotta trick a cat now, right? I know. You gotta trick people into believing that you look like this. And then you don't understand why he meets you up face to face and you're like, oh goddamn, like why he's suddenly like disappointed, right?
Disappointed and then disappears after.
Yeah, it completely unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, I think that's one of the disadvantages of social media. Before our goal or the goal of social media is for you to connect with people from all over the world, but now it paints a picture on the minds of especially the young ones that you need to have this for you to be on this certain level or a status.
Exactly. All right, go ahead.
Troy Coat said, unfortunately, social media is the chosen form of communication in the Philippines. It is. Yeah. And yes. Roger Parker said, any follow-up on your video? Did the guy with the side chick, did he find a new place for himself and his mother?
I don't know. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I suspect he had to. Yeah, because I don't think that she busted him upside the head with the bottle. So I don't think he was coming back to her house. And she she was special. And he had 2 women pregnant. Supposedly he had 2 women pregnant and he had to deal with his mama. So I don't know, but that's a hell of a pickle to be in though, ain't it?
Yeah. So the grand boss is in the house. What's up, grand boss? Puntang usually overrides
everything. It changes the whole dynamic. It changes how men think. Suddenly, dudes come from wherever they came from, and they're getting all this attention, and they struggle with how to deal with that attention. They really, really do.
Sorry,
and I get it. That's why. What?
I have to look up what.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, and they struggle with how to handle this. I'm suddenly getting all the stuff that I wasn't getting at home. Wow, my life is so crazy now. They're throwing it at me, right? What do I do? And there's a price. That's the game, y'all. That's the game. They're going to throw it at you. And that's the game.
And we were talking about the price. Ooh, affordable.
Exactly, right? Okay. Highland Station said Rome gave bread and circus. U.S. is following their playbook. I'm telling you guys. It's the playbook is the same. The playbook is exactly the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see.
All right. So
okay. Get
yes.
Tobias in there.
Hello, Tobias. Thank you for joining us. Yep, social media does it to a certain point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Social media. Yeah, I think social media has a lot to do.
Especially when young ones or a lot of people follow celebrities on social media. Like, for example, mentioned like the Kardashians. You know?
Kardashians, Cardi B, all these women who. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, they think that, you know, having what they have is cool, but you know, they can have it because they have the means of getting it.
But their mama married a rich dude. I mean, they learned all of that from their mama, right? All that from their mama. Married to Bruce Jenner, then married to Robert Kardashian, the lawyer. I mean, they learned all the tricks from their mom, and so now then they're going to all the rappers and the famous people and all. Anyway, I've never watched a single episode.
I haven't.
Of
I just
the
watched
Kardashians.
a
never going to.
commercial.
I got time for all that.
Yeah. So Morris O'Brien said, men need to realize that the Filipinas can spot a man who lacks confidence. Women in general.
He's got a target on his forehead, Morris. I'm telling you guys, that man has a target on his forehead. If he doesn't have confidence, he says certain things, he talks a certain way, he walks a certain way, he exudes a certain thing that women can spot from a mile away, and they know this game. They've been running it forever. Their aunties, their mamas, their cousins, their mama, your sister, your brother, your father. Yeah, anyway, okay.
You're right.
Yeah, Marine Corps. Okay, anyway, but they know the game. They know the game, and they're good at it. They are very good at what they do, guys.
Yes.
Okay?
So Jover said, Angeles City is somewhat a red light district. It's not somewhat, Jover. It is a red light district city. So if you seek a good wife there, good luck with that.
Right.
Good women are at the provinces, but even there you must also vet carefully.
You have to vet carefully.
Yeah, because you know, social media can reach the provinces now. So internet is also in the provinces now. So a lot of women have influences or can research using the web or
they got data. They got data in the provinces, right? So, all right.
Troy Coate said, big dating red flag, filters on photos. They look crap.
Yeah, Troy, I'm with you, bro. I mean, when I see the filters, I'm like, what are you hiding? Why do you need a filter? Like, look, this is what I look like. Whether you like it or not, whether you think I'm handsome or not, or ugly as hell, this is what I look like. I'm cool with it. If you ain't cool with it, that's up to you. But I'm cool with what I look like. What do you need to hide? Why do you need to put on a filter? We have this thing on here that says, do you want to touch up your looks or whatever? I'm like, hell no. This is what we look like, right? I don't need to hide what I look like. I'm cool with it.
Yes, exactly. So, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, then you don't.
No, I mean, you know, I'm gonna be a nice person. I'm gonna treat people the way I want to be treated. But yeah, if you like me, you like me, and if you don't, you don't. But it won't be because I did something rotten to you, right? If you just don't like me, then there's nothing I can do about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So Slick Rick said, so true, Joey, but I believe Angeles City's red light district is very small. Angeles City is a very big city with lots of things to do.
I agree with you, Slick Rick, and I disagree. And the reason I disagree is because predominantly when foreigners go to Angeles City, they're going there for one reason. Bro.
Yes.
They're going there for one reason. It's the hype. It's everything they've heard online, on social media. And I don't think they're going there because of tourism or because they want, they're going there for that specific reason to get up in that red light district.
Exactly.
And that's why I disagree with you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, you my dude.
Yeah. So JTJ said, yes, from what I hear, Angeles City red light district. I am talking about the men who come and prey on the poor girls in the slums. Those are the men who lack confidence and morals themselves. Because I think that those who come after or prey on the poor girls in the slums, they think that, you know, the girls would believe everything that you will say.
Oh yeah, I'm rich. I got a lot of money. I got this. I got that. And they don't really know you're living on a budget, that you're living on a pension budget. It might be $2,000 or less or something like that, which is cool for you, but it may not be cool for you and a partner, or may not be very much for you and a partner. So there's fault on both sides. There's definitely some. Both sides have something to do with the things that go on here.
Yeah, exactly. So,
you know this dude?
I don't know this dude. Next.
We'll just skip over this guy.
Johnny P.
Johnny P is in the house. What's going on with you, Johnny?
So the woman I saw in the Philippines and Thailand dressed very respectively. Now they prostitute.
Now the prostitutes.
Now the prostitute were something else. All the women I saw were dressed very nice. You too, Cheng. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't think there's really ever been a time where I've said, hey, you know, I'm not having you wear that or nothing like. Usually, but okay, but nothing is because it was too short or too revealing and nothing like that, right? It might have been like a matching thing or something like that, but otherwise, I've never ever thought like, oh my God, I can't believe you're trying to wear that in public or something like that. You're gonna embarrass me. Ching dresses. I think Ching dresses pretty good.
Thank you.
No matter where we go, she always very conscious of how she looks and representing in the right way.
Yes. Slick Rick, yes. According to Jover, most Filipinos know Angeles City's and Red Light District back on American Subic Base
Exactly.
back in the 90s. Yes.
Yeah, it's the same concept of. I mean, my father was a Navy dude. He told me about Subic Bay. He told me he had Subic Bay stories, right? And so it's the same concept. Guys, and this is my own opinion, I'm just saying, guys go to Subic Bay or they go to Angeles City. Excuse me. Oh, that didn't hurt so bad. That's a good thing. It's a good sign. But they go there for a specific reason. That's my only beef with that is they know why they're going there. You're leaving Manila. You're going up. How far is Angeles City from Manila?
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, like 3 hours. You're going all 3 hours. You're traveling up there. There's nothing else up there. For what? Come on, man. Like,
it's basically the only thing that's there in Angeles City is that, and the bases, the Navy base.
Yeah, it's the bars and the bases. That's what's up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Roger Parker said, "What city would you compare Cagayan to a U.S. city?"
Good.
It has more tradition. Like
it's really quiet out there. It's really quiet out there. What's the name? They do their live stream or their channel from out there.
Fly Me to the Philippines.
Fly Me to the Philippines. Yeah, they're out in Cagayan de Oro. I think it would be beautiful. I think Cagayan de Oro is beautiful, and I don't have a city in the U.S. that I would compare it to. I really don't, actually.
Where nature meets.
Yeah, Montana's more mountains. Maybe Montana, northern Idaho, maybe Washington State, on the western side, the southwestern side. But it's beautiful out there. It is really pretty out. Oregon, there you go. Oregon is where I would compare it to Oregon. I don't know what that was.
Okay,
but I would compare it to Oregon.
Yeah. All right. So just before we read our next comment, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Give us one. And of course, this is a call-in live stream. Don't hesitate to call us. The number is 415-490-8030. So let's move on to the next. JK said, I hear you on Dumaguete. Thanks for the thoughts. Another newbie question, if you don't mind.
Never mind.
If a foreigner comes to a Filipino's house or province, is it a flex? Is this a flex? Or let me say that again. Is this a flex for her or a walk of shame?
Do you understand the question?
Yes. Okay. So let me just make some statements before I answer your question. So if you come to a Filipina's house, it depends on how long have you been seeing each other. Mm-hmm. So if you just met the Filipina, it's like a flex. No, it's a flex, but you have to remember that she's introducing you and making sure that this is something serious. She thinks of it the moment she introduces you to her family. She thinks of it at this is something serious. I want to be with this partner long term.
Okay. In short, I think it's a flex. I think it's a flex almost every time, whether you just met her, whether you've known her for a few months, it's a flex because they have their stereotype of what they think of foreign guys. And if they see a lot of, not everybody, because there's some Filipinos that they feel like they don't want their daughters or sisters dating a foreign guy because they feel like it's a bad thing. But for the most part, it is a flex, bro. Because it gives her clout. It gives her instant clout. Mm-hmm. However, the problem is her keeping that clout. because if she loses that dude, if the dude disappears, then she loses all that clout and she loses face too.
Now,
So I don't see it as a walk of shame at all until she loses that dude, and it might be next week, the next day, the next month. But people are going to be, hey, what's going on with your foreigner? What's going on with your foreign boyfriend? And if she says, oh, we broke up, womp, 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 so she loses that flex and she loses the clout. Go ahead.
Now, in addition, it could be a walk of shame. For example, the Filipina is super young, and then the foreigner is an older dude.
Okay.
It could be a walk of shame,
Right.
because number one, if you are like more older than her father, so that could be like you have.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Actually.
you get
Because
looked at.
everybody's gonna look at her like
Mm,
she's in it for money, right?
Mm.
She's trying to get his money,
mhm.
and he's trying to get the coochie, and it's what it is. I mean, but it's their transaction.
Mm.
They both understand what's going on, and if they're okay with it, why shouldn't I be? But other people don't think about it that way here.
Mhm.
They're in it for the gossip, and there's a lot of haters here with crab mentality. Lots of
Yeah,
haters,
so
right?
people will go into your business even if it's not their business.
So it could be good. That's a good point.
Thank
I
you.
don't know. Yeah, it could be a walk of shame too,
Mm.
depending on her age and his age. It depends.
Yes,
Okay, it depends.
it depends.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
You
Yeah.
hear
That-
you'll hear that
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
hear that a lot. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So Grand Boss said, dudes have to know the great truths. Number one, people that live in poverty will do anything to get out of it, including fleecing your butt.
Grand Boss. Sorry, I'm still calling you Big Boss, bro. I just can't help it. I'm calling you Big Boss, and if you just gonna have to slap me around, then you're just gonna have to do it. I'm calling you Big Boss. Big Boss, bro. You're so on point. You're so on point. Look, I've asked myself a million times, if I was just poverty stricken and I was a woman and I had this banging body, I had this cute, sexy body, this look, would I be willing to do what they're doing? Hell, the answer is yes. Yes. If it feeds me, if it helps me take care of my family, why not? Why not? Because you're in survival mode, right? You're just thinking about surviving. I'm not giving them I'm just saying it is what it is. We can make it something that it's not, but it is what it is. A lot of these women are in survival mode, and they're trying to find a way to take care of themselves, to take care of their families or whatever. And if you're it, then you're it. So I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. So Tiger Ronnie said, people that go to Angeles City just don't realize how easy it is to meet people in the Philippines. It is fairly easy
It's
to
super
meet.
easy.
Yeah, it's super easy to meet people in the Philippines, whether she's a scammer or not. A lot of people are very friendly. When you approach them, now you have to be careful what kind of friendly.
Exactly. Exactly. The easier it is to meet people, then you should be more careful.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's very easy to meet that person, if they're very accessible, you should be a little careful about that person.
Yeah. So the Grand Boss said, number two, people will always do what they have to do for themselves.
Absolutely.
Once you know this, you can plan accordingly.
Absolutely. I like to think of myself as a good person. That's an honest person, a hardworking person. But if you're in survival mode, I've said this before. If I have to choose between stealing to feed my family and them starving, I'm gonna steal. I'm gonna steal. If I have to tell a lie to get some food to feed my family, I'm gonna tell a lie. So it's hard to fault them because they're in survival mode. They're doing what they feel like they have to do, and you're just making it easy. Let them do it to somebody else instead of you. I think that's the key point. You understand they're in survival mode, so let them do all of that to somebody else because you have the cheat codes. You know the game.
Okay, so John Jover said, Sir Richie and Cheng, meet my family in my photos. Have you seen it? Oh, yes. We'll definitely check that out. It's in the picture. I'll check your profile so I can see your
beautiful
family. Yeah.
Beautiful family.
I cannot
Absolutely.
click it here. But I'll check your picture later. Don't change it yet. So we can see it after the live stream. Yeah. So you have your daughter and then your wife. Yes. Mike Dorsonvale said, I've been coming to the Philippines since 2003. I've seen too many thirsty brothers started to the Philippines, ruining it for the rest of us We need to act like we've seen beautiful women before.
But some of these cats haven't, Mike. And that's the problem, is they come here, they have no confidence. They have nothing. All they have is the money in their pocket, and that's their leverage. And then they're surprised when they no longer have the leverage when the girl's not there no more. But that's all you had. You come with confidence, come with money in your pocket, come with your mind right, and all that, and your body right, and all that stuff, and everything else will follow. But a lot of those cats don't have that confidence, Mike. And I absolutely agree with you. I can't agree with you more.
Yes. So Herman Sexton, hello. Thank you for joining us
What's
on
up,
the live
Herman?
stream. So I have been talking to one Filipino for over 2 years now. I plan on coming to the Philippines next spring, but I do not plan on dating multiple partners despite the advice of others. Now, can I say something?
Please do.
Yeah. So if you've been talking to that Filipino for 2 years and you don't plan on dating multiple partners, we are not in any way advocating dating multiple people. If you vetted that woman, then stick to that woman. But if you are on a vetting stage, we try to tell everybody that do not put your all eggs in one basket. We're saying that if you are in the vetting phase, you know what I mean? You select, collect, and you select, you weed out the...
Okay, I think I feel you. I think we feel you. I have a question, and this is where Herman, you've been in our comments before. I like everybody in our comments. I always treat people good, and I never want people to take anything personal, like I'm personally attacking anybody. But I just want to ask you some questions, some legit questions. So if you can open your mind, be objective for a minute, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. You've been talking to this Filipino for over 2 years. You've never met face to face. Do you expect her to be loyal to you? That's my question. If you've been talking to her for 2 years face to face, you've never, online, you've never met face to face. Number one, do you expect that she's loyal to you? She has no other boyfriends, no other nothing. Maybe not. I don't know her. But number two, are you sending her money? You have to be sending her money to keep someone plugged in for 2 years that you've never met face to face. I think you almost would have to be sending that person money, because there's got to be some motivation or incentive for that person to continue it, as opposed to there's thousands of foreigners right here in the Philippines that might grab this girl. So I'm curious to know what your expectations of her are, Herman. That's what I'd ask you. And again, this is not an attack. Please don't take it like it's a personal attack. If you want to call in and answer that, I would love to hear your take on that. Because I think this applies, your conversation and your situation applies to a lot of dudes. So I'm really curious.
Yes.
Okay?
So while he's at it, Mr. I'm late because I'm black.
You still own one, Mr. We're always glad to have you in the house, though. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Okay?
So Jira Projects, y'all a very cute couple. Thank you, Jira.
Thank you, Jira, and welcome to our show. I think there's like 3 or 4 new names that we've had on the show. We appreciate you guys coming in and joining our live stream. Don't be afraid to call in. If you want to call in, look, let me drop that banner right now. If you want to call in, boom, here's the number. Call in. You don't have to just put your comment in. Call us in. Let's hear your voice. Let us know what you have to say.
Yeah,
right?
it's easier.
It's
easy.
much easier. Okay.
And you don't have restriction in the characters. You can say everything.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Just don't cuss. Okay?
Yeah, please.
All right. So, yeah.
Okay, so while we're doing that. Okay, Jira. Okay, so let's see who's next. Beautiful peeps. Tobias said beautiful peeps everywhere. And then Mr. said
nothing is official until you meet in person.
Nothing.
People are different long distance versus in person. I agree.
Sometimes I want people to think about, I want people to put themselves in that same position as the Filipino, right? You met this Filipina online. You've been talking for 2 years. Why wouldn't she, if she meets a foreign dude here and he has the same thing, he can do the same thing you can do, why wouldn't she dip and get the dude that's right here on her porch, right? And again, I want to hear you guys' take on this, because I want to know what the mind frame of some of the cats that have these kind of relationships is, okay?
In my thinking is that, for example, you've been talking for that Filipina for 2 years. There, it could happen that
Mhm.
a Filipina is willing to wait. A
Mhm.
Filipina is willing to wait because if I'm in that situation, I'm willing to wait. But if you have that assurance that you're coming here,
Well, what
you
assurance do you have?
like
What assurance do you have? You have.
for
Go ahead.
example, after 2 years, I'll be coming there to visit and finally see you face to face.
And
Like,
you're
cause
gonna wait 2 years.
maybe not 2 years, maybe a year. I could wait for a year, but
Hmm.
2 years, I don't think so because I'm not
Time is
getting
you
yes,
ain't.
I'm not getting
That's
any
what
younger.
that's my point. You're not not you,
Not
baby. But I'm just saying a lot of these women, they're not youngsters. They got kids. They have. I mean, so my thing is, they're really willing to wait 2 years. And if they are you saying that? Are you telling me that say you met a cat online and you really dig them online, right?
mm,
But you meet another cat that's right here in Makati or in
mm.
Mandaluyong. He's got game. He's a nice looking dude. He's this, that. He's got everything your online cat does, and he's spitting game. You don't dip?
I did.
You dip. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because a bird, did I spit on you?
Nah.
Oh, I thought you was like
No,
wiping
no,
the
no,
spit.
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
Because a bird in the hand, right, is worth two in the bush.
Mm.
It's the simple concept. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So
I'm just being honest.
yeah, that's my point. I want everybody to be honest with themselves and be honest with what's going on in their particular situations. And I'm not saying your situation is this situation, Armin. That's not what I'm saying. So I hope you can keep an open mind and hear what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I could wait for a year, but for 2 years, I'm almost 40.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Let's hear what Catlin had to say. Catlin said,
it depends of how long are you talking to each other. Let's say 4 months. I think it's just right to introduce you to her family.
Okay.
So this is like a
Yeah.
previous question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
agree with that.
Okay.
I introduced you to my family in
It took about
4
4 months. Yeah, it took about 4 months, right?
So Herman wants to date a man. That's why I said Filipino, not Filipino. Maybe it's just a what do you call this?
I think it's just a typo.
It's a typo.
I don't think
And
Herman's
Filipino,
wanting to date a man.
a Filipina can also be called a Filipino in general. Just so
yeah,
you know.
Filipinos are men and women, right?
Filipinos.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So let me see that. Thank you. Jira Project said talking online and actually meeting are
They're
two
so
different things.
They're just so different.
Like you click online.
Yeah, you can click online. You can have everything can be groovy, man. But I'm telling you, when you meet this woman in person, things can go so different. So different when you meet this person online. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why, for example, when we met online, we didn't waste time. I told Jason, hey, let's meet up because I don't wanna waste my time, spending a lot of days talking. And then you're here already. Let's meet. And then see if we can buy.
The second day we talked.
Let's meet up.
Let's meet up, right?
I'm so
buy me
thirsty.
some chicken, yeah.
I'm so thirsty.
Yeah, buy me some chicken, yeah.
But anyway, so Dover said it's very hard time to took this photo with my daughter because she's camera shy. She's growing up.
She's a cute daughter, though. Yes. She's really cute, Jover.
Yeah,
right?
We have a beautiful family.
Without a doubt.
Yes,
real quick,
Tiger Ronnie.
We shout out to Tiger Ronnie. Tiger Ronnie, we appreciate the super sticker, right? I gotta still learning which one is which one, but appreciate the super sticker for $20. Definitely appreciate that, Tiger. Anybody, no one is going to be upset with you if you donate to the cause, and it's always going to go to something good. That I guarantee you, it's always going to go to something that makes our channel better or that benefits people overall. It will not go to us.
Yeah. So it's improving what we give you, like for example, the
cameras,
lights,
the lighting,
the live stream,
the lights, the speakers. It always goes to something. The speakers that makes our channel hopefully better.
Yes. So Tony, I like how he spells Tony.
Tony. I like that. Huh? That's catchy.
Tony said, it seems like there's a lot of mixed messages on dating over there from bloggers. Is it a good experience or not? From what I'm hearing, it sounds like you'd be lucky to find a diamond in the rough.
Tony, I think that's a great question. And let me say this. It depends. It depends, right? It depends on you, bruh. If you follow the rules, just vet carefully. Just because she's whispering all this stuff and saying all this stuff and doing all this stuff, it doesn't mean she really likes you, bruh. She just knows the game. If you vet carefully, watch, listen, watch what she's doing, listen to what she's saying, then it can become a good one. Don't just reach for the low-hanging fruit. Don't just grab the low-hanging fruit because she's cute or because she's sexy. Those are the dudes who get caught up and end up in bad situations. Find the women who are the good women. When you find those women, it's a great experience.
Mm.
But I think a lot of guys are looking for that hot, sexy number, and she's going to turn them out and all this stuff, and they get that. But then she also gets his money and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I think the word here is lucky. You say you'd be lucky to find a diamond in the rough. It depends on your vetting process. So you will be as lucky if you vetted well, if you ask the right questions, if you um uh take time to get to know her and not just get swayed by a lot of, flowery words from that Filipina. So take the time to vet that woman. Don't rush. And a lot of women will rush into getting in a relationship with you. I think it's very, very appropriate that you take the time to get to know that person. I mean, you should not, like, for example, I'm not advocating dating multiple women. You can vet several women at the same time, but do not say that, you're already my girlfriend. You're already my girlfriend. Don't say that they're your girlfriends already. So
Right.
you just stay friends. Start as friends.
At this point, I also need to reiterate that on our live stream, even if we have to lose our people in our audience, it is what it is. We can't tolerate people attacking other people in the audience. It will not be tolerated. Don't attack us. We will never attack you. We won't tolerate anybody attacking you. So please don't come in here attacking other people. It's not okay. It's not cool.
Yeah, we want everybody to feel free to
Exactly.
ask questions and not.
And we want people to feel comfortable
Yes.
in our house. And that's how it should always be, please.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. said, she lives in a place with no foreigners. She'll wait.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll grab this phone call real quick. All right. Okay. Richie Rich and Ching, who's on the line? Okay, hold on, Morris. Let us get you on the speaker. Bluetooth. There we go. Okay, go ahead, Morris.
Yeah, I'm just gonna comment about what you're saying about meeting people in person. From personal experience, before WhatsApp and video calls, I was talking to a lady on, I think it was the Facebook call, that little thing you can make, and we could talk. But into America, I met her in person, man, it was crickets.
Right.
We got a decent conversation. I'm like, is this the same person? You got everything to say when we're talking on the phone, but when we get in person, it's like, wow, she's the same person.
She's suddenly shy, right? Suddenly she's shy, doesn't know what to say. I've heard that from so many cats, from so many dudes, and that's why I say I understand things can go wrong, things can be different. I've heard that so many times, bro. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I think having a relationship online is so different than the relationship you have chatting with somebody back and forth on video. So I agree with you. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Anything else, bro?
Yeah, for me, is to come to the Philippines and find some boots on the ground.
Boom.
I'm planning to come there in 2027. I ain't doing no online stuff, back and forth.
Right.
Talk to you in person.
Exactly.
Your body language, your body language says a lot. You ain't gotta say nothing, but your body language tells a lot.
It does. It does. And I totally agree. And I think that when you're coming here, you got your plans solidified, then maybe you can get online, a month before and start chatting somebody up or whatever. But there's nothing like boots on the ground. There is no substitute. There just isn't. So I absolutely agree with you, Morris. Hey, we appreciate.
I guess for me, I'm in a different. I'm in a different situation than a lot of guys that come that they haven't been there. I've been there already.
Right. You know what's up already.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
All right. We appreciate you calling in, Morris.
All right, you guys have a blessed evening.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Morris.
We appreciate you.
It's morning there, right?
It's morning. It's still morning. We appreciate you, brother.
Yes.
All right. Don't let this be the last time. We'll see you later. Bye.
Oh, never.
Bye. He has a good advice. I mean, also you, like when you said when you're thinking that of coming here, and you, like, for example, you plan on coming on June. By May, you start talking to some Filipinos and then plan to meet up when you come here. Because I think, it's cool that you get to know a person online. But when you meet a person face to face, it's really different. But a question for you.
Go ahead.
When we were talking online, but do you think that I was different when online compared to face to face?
No, you're about the same. You were about the same.
I'm also talkative.
Yeah. I mean, you're never shy about words, right? You're never shy about with words or anything like that. So
yeah.
You're pretty much the same.
I had this question in my mind when I hear you and Morris talking about, like, you heard crickets when it's face to face.
Right.
How can you be like talkative online? And
because they suddenly get shy. I've heard that from so many dudes.
Really?
Yes, from so many dudes that they meet her face to face and she doesn't know what to say. She's just at a loss of words, doesn't know what to say, and she just clams up. And what are you supposed to do? You came 8,000 miles away to be with somebody or to meet someone, and then suddenly she's quiet. Yeah, so I don't know what to say.
So Kathleen said, me and my boyfriend became official couple when we actually meet in person, but we were exclusively talking to each other online after 2 weeks. I think the key word here is exclusively talking. So if you are vetting that person, I think you must come to an agreement that you are exclusively seeing each or talking to each other. I think that's very important. It also gives the Filipina a security or assurance that you're not also talking to somebody else, because you want to be as honest as possible to that person, with the right person.
Are we talking about the people here being honest? Is that what we're saying?
I'm just thinking that a lot would be like, I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I just come from the realistic point of view, and I think there's a whole bunch of women that aren't Catlins or Chings out there.
And fair enough.
Sorry, I'm just being real.
I know. But I want to think, like, there's good in every person.
I deal with reality. I don't deal with idealism. I just deal with reality.
All right, fair enough.
Look, I don't want to preach ideas to the guys. I want to preach reality to the guys so that they know what to expect, not just ideals.
Gotcha. Okay. So the grand boss said, follow my big 10 to find the woman of your dreams. 1, she must be completely single, no separations, and must show Senomar.
Boom. I like that, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. And let them keep them coming, grand boss.
Yeah. And also, don't make sure that you get the Senomar with her.
With her, yeah. Don't let her get her on her own. Go with her to get the Senomar.
Yeah. Okay? So Stink Shag said, same here, Kathleen. My LDR met in person in Manila 2 weeks ago after chatting for over 7 months. Our relationship went to another level after meeting. I'll be back in August for my next visit.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. You chopped it up online. You got along good. You came here. You still got along good. You able to meet her, maybe meet her family, and see what she's about. You still got along good. So now we're planning another visit. We're gonna take it to the next level. That's what I'm talking about, right?
So Roger Parker said, I asked that question. I want to visit the Filipina next May, but if something better comes along, will she take it before I get there? Yeah. Well, it depends on how long you've been talking to each other. So if the right dude comes along with all the things that you're also giving her.
Let me ask you, would you? What if something better came along, would you take it? That's all I'm asking you. If the shoe were on the other foot What would you do?
Mm.
And be objective. And that's the key. Be objective. Be for real with yourself. Be honest with
Mm.
yourself. What would you do? I think most people are going to say, you know what? I'm going to dip and I'm going to take this. I'm going to take what's
He's
here
here.
right now.
Mm.
Yeah. Not somebody who may or may not come, plans change and all that stuff. I'm taking what's here right now.
Yeah. So Mike Dorsonville said, thank you for the super chat, Mike. Me and my wife, we appreciate all the good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike, for the super chat. We appreciate you.
Number 2, according to Grand Boss Top 10, must be age appropriate.
I like that too. So yeah. So
you need to stay on your lane. You need to stay on your, and I mean it's
what does
okay.
that mean? What do you mean when you say that?
When you say stay on your lane, when you are like an older guy, when you look for a younger one, expect that younger woman has a lot of expectations also. And when you are older, how do I say this? When you're older, you need to think that, I need to somehow, the age gap thing is real here, but we have to be honest that,
Continue, please.
We have to be honest, like, don't go for the younger ones if you're like too old for the younger ones, because in reality, the younger ones really are after your
Are you
your
looking
money.
for a long-term relationship? If you're looking for a long-term relationship, then maybe it might behoove you to find someone that is closer to your age, that makes sense, where you can have a long-term relationship. If you meet a younger one, yes, she might be prettier, yes, she might be sexier, but guess what? Is it going to last a long time? Probably not, because you're getting older and she's still young. And there's going to be a lot of temptation. There's going to be a lot of other offers for her that she can take along the way. So just keep that in mind. I'm the kind of person, I just feel like you stay in your lane. If I'm a 5, then I'm looking for a 5. If I'm a 7, then I'm looking for a 7. Right? But if I'm a 5, why am I looking for an 8? And I might get the 8, but I understand that 8 is going to want something. She's going to want a whole bunch. And it's not going to be long term. It's not going to be a long term thing. It's going to be a short term thing. That's all.
I agree.
Okay?
Now, Fantasy Novel said, figures it didn't send the notification again. He's talking about the live stream notification.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. But no, Novel. Again, you might be a little late, but I got to take the L on this, because this one could be my fault, dude. I set the wrong time for this live stream, so that I'll take the L for this one. Right?
It's all good. At least you're here, and we're happy that you're here.
Right.
All right. So number 3, according to the Grand Boss list, no direct or indirect requests for money. Women here in general, especially the ones who are after your money, know how to pull your heartstrings.
They know how to get you. They know how to get you, bro.
So whether they're like guilt tripping,
or they're hints,
like for example, oh, what's your dinner for tonight? Oh, it's good that you have that dinner. I don't have dinner for me and my daughter. So I haven't eaten. So it's like indirectly asking for your money to pull your hamstrings again. Heartstrings. Yeah. So there you go. So don't be fooled with those flowery words.
Right.
Yes. And Fantasy Novel said, howdy, Rick. Was just going to tell Herbie that my great aunt stubbed her toe and is going to lose her foot without treatment.
Exactly. Right. All right.
So
and look, Mr. said it perfect. Universal law. If she asks you for money, she does not see you as a person. She sees you as an ATM or a wallet. Yes. She's not seeing you as a person. She's just seeing you as an ATM or a person that she can get money from. That's it. That's it. If she asks you for money, I see Isaac's on here. I know JC Mack. All the cats that I've talked to, that we've had dinner with, that we've eaten with, that are married now, they all have the same things in common. Their wife never asked them for a dime. Their wife was always totally independent. Said, I got you. I could do this myself. I don't need you. I don't need you, but I can take care of myself. I like you. I want to be with you, but I don't need you to take care of me. They all have the same thing in common. It has to mean something. It's got to mean something.
Yeah, and also like for example, you offered something and she declined because she knows she can take care of it. I think that's also one of the good things or characteristics that you can look for in a Filipino.
Sting Shack said, I'll be back in the Philippines the first week of August. Hope I get a chance to meet you too with my LDR. I think we're a common, uncommon story so far. Sting Shack, I'm going to repeat this just because it's important. My wish is that everybody who's looking for a long distance relationship is able to come here, find the woman of their dreams, and they walk off or ride off into the sunset with each other, holding hands. They get married or whatever they want to do, and live happily ever after. That's my dream, and as long as I can keep promoting that, I'm going to keep promoting that, because that's what I think I would love to see. I want people to be happy. I want people to have happiness. Okay.
Fantasy Novel said that was a joke. That was a joke, Rick.
Yeah.
Slick Rick said,
You guys
I'm
say,
sorry
no,
to hear that.
Yeah, it was a joke, right? Yeah, it was a little sarcasm there.
Sorry.
Right.
I am very good at sarcasm now.
Catelyn said, I hope your aunt will be okay. Yeah. I caught the sarcasm.
Yeah, I
Right.
got that too. So Jira Project said, how long is the caller going to stay in the Philippines?
I don't know. Hit them up.
Mm.
Hit them up in the messages, Jira. There almost everybody that's here is always in the messages for each video. So you can always hit them up in this message. So maybe you can just answer his call if you would. Okay?
Yeah, Fantasy said, I popped in to see him giving rules of dating, I guess. That's for Grand Boss. Yeah.
Right.
So Grand Boss, where's your number 4? But anyway, so Grand Boss said, sounds like she wants to get paid for her own fantasy. So hello, Jack Payne.
What's going on, Jack?
Maayong buntag, Richie and Cheng. Another great show. Thank you for
so
joining
much.
us. Glad you made it here. So Isaac V said, my Filipina and I met online, switched to WhatsApp video for over a year. I flew out, everything checked out. We got married 3 weeks later.
Now, I'm going to say, I think that's a rarity. Because, Isaac, we met you in person, and Miss Tess, and you guys are a beautiful couple. That worked out. I think that might be a rarity. I don't know that I would recommend getting married 3 weeks after everybody meets someone, but you guys found a way to make that work, which means it can, but it doesn't mean it's maybe it's possible, but maybe not probable. I don't know.
Everybody?
Yeah, for everybody. Yeah, but it worked out for you guys, and you guys are an awesome couple.
Yeah. So Chantastic. Hello, Richie and Rich. Please shout out to my love, Calvin. Oh, Miss Ruth.
It's Miss Ruth.
Hello,
What's going
Miss
on,
Ruth?
Miss Ruth? Yeah.
Tomorrow's his big day. Happy early birthday, baby. You mean the world to me, and I can't wait to spoil you. I love you more than words. Ruth.
Miss Ruth, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We had a lovely time with Miss Ruth last weekend.
And thank you for taking good care of us at
awesome.
the Redenza Suites.
You were very awesome. We really appreciate you and your staff.
Yeah, thank you. And don't forget to follow Redenza Suites on Facebook.
For sure.
Yes. So, Katlyn, all right. So Slick Rick said, Tobias, I'm not Pinoy. I just know a lot of Pinoys. Yep. All right. So, the Grand Boss said, here's number 4.
Okay, let's
No children except for 1 or 2 that are older 21 and above. 21 years old and above.
Yeah, and you know what, boss? I think every guy is going to be different about that. I think every guy. For me, I'm okay with. I just don't want infants. If you're still duking on yourself, I don't want nothing to do with you, right? And that's how I look at it. If you still need to be babysat, I don't want nothing to do with you. That's how I look at it. But I think if she's if her kids are over 21, then that makes her over 40 likely. And so I mean, it depends on what your age group or what you're looking for. So for me, I think teens are cool. But my rule is, if the kid is still dookie on themselves, if they still need diapers or have to be babysat, I'm cool.
Yeah. All right. Jover said, wishing you all couples here a good and prosperous relationship. We all wish the same.
Right.
Yeah. Katlyn said, all right.
Let's go to Isaac.
Isaac said, long term requires no younger Johns, no walking street Johns.
Yeah. I told exactly.
All right. So number 5.
All right,
from Boss
number 5 from Big Boss.
If she has children, the father must be completely out of the picture. No love triangles.
You know what? I'm with that. I think I'm with that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm with that. I definitely agree with that. No question about it.
Okay, so Herman replied,
Okay.
and then if things do not work out, I will just move on. It's not a problem. The world is a big place.
And I think that's the attitude to have, is that, Herman, you are the prize. If you've taken care of yourself, you're the prize. You can move on. There's going to be other opportunities for you. And I think that's the right attitude to have. And Herman, I hope you didn't take offense to what I said. It was not meant to be offensive at all. That was not my intention. Okay. All right. Grand Boss said.
Okay. So Grand Boss said, number 6, must video chat and reveal all social media.
Social media.
I
right?
agree completely.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Okay. So next is Roger Parker said, funny thing, they ask for money, but they always have money to be online.
Right.
I know, right? They have like load to be online. And funny thing is that they ask for money for load. But they're always online to chat you. All right.
Mr. You crazy. I'm not gonna read it out, but I'll let everybody see it, right? you are crazy, bro. Right. All right. Big Boss is number 7.
Number 7. No big dating list of boyfriends or foreigners. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently saw a video where somebody was talking about all the foreigners that she had dated before, the types of foreigners that she had dated before. And before, I looked at her different before that video, but suddenly I started thinking, well, dang, you've been racking up some bodies, huh? And so I'm with that one too. No big dating list of a whole bunch of foreigners or boyfriends that you've had before. So I'm with that as well. Okay?
So Mike T said, hello, Mike T. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Mike T?
Hello, Richie, Rich, and Cheng. Is this your new time for live stream? If so, good day and time. So we've been doing the live stream on Friday nights before, but now we want to do it Saturday so we don't compete with other content creators who are doing the same live stream.
Yeah, we just found that this is a good time. This time seems to work for a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it tends to work pretty well. Number 8, Big Boss is number 8. Says
number 8 must have a job.
Abso-effing-lutely, Big Boss. Abso-effing-lutely. If she don't have a job, then she can say hello. We can exchange pleasantries, but that's it. There's nothing else we need to be talking about, especially if she's got kids. Okay, if she's in between jobs, she's about to start a new job, okay. But if you got kids and you don't have a job, come on. You're looking at me like dollar signs. Exactly. Can't do it.
Yeah,
right?
Morris O'Brien said those are valid points,
Absolutely.
Grand Boss. Number 9.
Give it to us.
Must be a college graduate or have some higher education.
I'm going to say I prefer that, Big Boss. That's my preference also. But something I learned here in the Philippines is that the women who have high-level education, it's not the same as a high-level education in some other countries. I'll say it that way. So it's my preference as well. I want to have somebody I can have conversation with. We can sit down. We can chop it up about a broad range of things. But I prefer it too. But it's not a
requirement,
a prerequisite, right? A requirement. Yeah. I'm lucky that you have your not your little, but that you have your master's degree, and I'm very proud of you for having that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Mo said,
Isaac, that's great. Happy for you.
Okay. And Big Boss is number 10.
10. Her family must have their own means of support.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to support anybody's family. Sorry. And this is the vetting process. Every dude has his different things. And maybe some dudes are okay with taking care of somebody's family. Makes you feel, like whatever kind of way. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to take care of somebody's family. So their family has to have a means to take care of themselves. That does not include me. I can add to that. If they're good to me, they're good to me, they treat me good, I can add to that. Take them out, do some nice things for them. But I don't want to be their means of support.
Yes. Exactly. Back to the Philippines. Thank you so much for your super chat. Let's read it. Why exactly do the locals care so much to save face? That action holds them back in a lot of ways, and it's ridiculous to observe in real time.
I'm going to let you answer this, and then I'm going to give my answer.
Okay, so I don't know about saving face. People here, even if they don't know, you ask them to do some stuff. Even if they don't know how to do it, they will say yes. Another thing is that you get the humiliation part. You don't want to be embarrassed or be humiliated. Yeah. So that's a lot of Filipinos in general fear of being humiliated, being put on the spot,
Mhm.
you know. So that's why a lot of Filipinos in general would save face, would lie to save
Mhm.
face.
Which, by the way, is one of the reasons it's so hard to go to do street interviews. If you notice, some of the people who do street interviews, a lot of times the interviewer ends up going into Tagalog or Visaya, start speaking their own language. It's very hard to do that because they are so scared to lose face in speaking English publicly. So they're so afraid of looking foolish. Face is a big thing, and bruh, in real time, it is real. It is real. I can't overstate that enough. It is real. The whole losing face thing is a real concept. It's not a joke.
And being with you for 2 years, it's not difficult to admit that you don't know stuff. I don't know. I have to look it up. So it's not tough to admit, but for a lot of Filipinos who are here, they find it very difficult to say, I don't know.
Exactly. If I don't know, I don't know. But I'm gonna go look it up right now. That's my thought process. Nobody knows everything. But here I'm telling you, gentlemen, if this is number 2, the things that I hope you guys will listen to, the whole saving face thing is a real concept. You will see it over and over here when you come. You will see it on a lot of different ways. Okay. All right. We're at the 2-hour mark. Dang, this went by fast, right?
Yeah.
Big Boss said, follow my points strictly, and you'll find a woman you can be proud of. Big Boss, I gotta agree with you. Your 10 points are
point.
They're on point. I definitely agree.
Fantasy Novel said, Richie, how did you not ever see Fool's Rush in? Perfect movie to cross cultural.
It's on the list now.
Yeah, we're going to watch it.
We're gonna
again,
watch it. Yeah, it's on the list. You're the second person who referenced it, so it is definitely on the list. So.
Whatever, Mister.
Yeah, we feel you, bro. We yeah. Okay. Slickster, Mr. Right?
I know, right? Marius O'Brien said, hi guys, what is the best website to meet online?
Pick one and choose the women who aren't showing a whole bunch of skin.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
There's no best website.
Yeah.
There's no best website. It depends on you, on how you choose the woman.
Pick one and choose the women who aren't showing a lot of skin. That's it.
And if don't ask for money.
The
moment you ask for money, out. Okay. Fantasy said, was just going to say that Catlin think he is saying he is going after you. Huh?
Well, it helps if you read the...
just going to say that.
Let's just leave that between them two.
Okay.
Cool. Very cool. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much, Chantastic, for Miss Ruth. Miss Ruth, thank you so much for the super chat.
We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Fantasy Novel said, Mr. said he's going for the pusa when he visits. You're the cat, so was wondering if he's going. Got it now. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
You got it. You're
I got it now.
Okay. All right. Tiger Ronnie. Last comments of the day. Tiger Ronnie said, "Lots of great girls in the Philippines. Not need to worry." Yeah, there's plenty of options. Just because there's some bad ones, it doesn't mean that you don't have other choices. There are plenty of good ones. You will have to sift through the bad ones to get through the good ones. It's not going to be like you hit the jackpot the first time, right? It's like sitting down at a slot machine, and the first quarter you put in, the first dollar you put in, you hit the jackpot. It's not going to work that way. It's just not. The chances are it probably isn't. You're gonna have to vet, and you're gonna have to sift through the bad ones. Okay.
Let's read a few. Those are the last few comments.
Okay. Earl said,
"Hello, Earl. Thank you for joining us."
What's up, Earl?
Rich and Cheng, hope you two are doing well.
We are doing pretty good, and my stomach is actually. I feel like my stomach is better actually. So something,
that's a good thing.
All right.
Okay. All right. So one let change my whole statement. So Jack Payne said, God willing and the creek don't rise, I will visit the Greater Cebu area in November to meet my boo in person. If you have time, would be great to meet up.
Jock, you find a way to come out to Manila, and we'll make time. It's that simple, right?
Yep.
For good people, we'll make time. As long as there's no creepy weirdo vibes, and I don't sense any, and all the conversations I've had with you, let's make it happen, bro. We will make it happen. Okay. All right. All right, so I think that's okay.
Yeah,
One last one from Boss Herb.
The final comment for
Okay.
today. Why do I feel like that? Why I must chase the cat? Nothing but
See,
the
but you
dog.
made this. I made this the last comment. She's laughing. She has no idea what you mean, boss. Yeah.
He's talking about chase the cat. Oh
No. It's song lyrics.
Ah, really?
It's song lyrics. Yeah.
Okay. I was
it's-
literally.
Yeah, I'll help you after the show. It's song
Yes,
lyrics.
you
Why
go,
do I
baby.
feel like that? Why must I chase the cat?
You
Okay,
go.
I can't sing. Yeah, I'm cool.
Okay.
But maybe actually.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Grand Boss Herbie. All of you guys, Tiger Ronnie,
Everyone here.
everybody that made this show good. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't be shy to call in. The more callers, the better. I enjoy the callers. I really like them. You guys, thanks. We appreciate the super stickers and the super chats. We really appreciate it. From Tiger Ronnie, from Mike D, from
Miss Ruth,
back to the Philippines. Did we? We did do that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also from
Miss Ruth.
from Miss Ruth. Thank you guys. We appreciate that. Join us our next live stream. I promise you, I will get the time right next time. What?
But I won't be here.
And Ching, you might be here. We're not sure yet. Right?
We're not sure.
Okay. All right. So join us for our next live stream. Next same bat time, same bat channel.
I want to say that. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Do you know where that comes from?
Batman. Right? Batman.
You had. I told you.
No, I know that.
You knew that already?
I know that.
What? Okay, cool.
Bigger,
Yeah, same bat time, same bat channel, as Ching said. We love you guys, and we really appreciate the support. We really appreciate you guys joining us. Don't be shy to chime in. Seriously, I know there's a lot of people here that watch the live. They don't comment. Don't be shy to chime in. I promise you, we will protect. If you are commenting, if you have something to say, even if it's different than what we have to say, don't worry about it. Say your piece. It's all good. We just the only thing we ask is that you don't attack anybody else, or that you don't come in and attack us. That's everything else. Say what you got to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Go ahead.
When we say things and ask questions, we want you to take it with an open mind and be objective about what
Please
we're trying
do.
to say.
It's never meant from us. It's never meant as an attack. For sure.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Thank you guys again.
I hope you enjoyed our live stream for today, and
Okay,
we'd love to see you again next week.
All right. And thank you guys again. We appreciate you. In the meantime, between time, if you like this live stream, we got a whole bunch of other videos that are just as good, if not better. So what?
So check those
Check those out too.
Wait one moment
What?
before we end the live stream. Don't forget to please like the live stream after it, optimizes, and don't forget to drop a comment. It will help a lot the algorithm and help us grow.
It
Thank
definitely
you.
does.
Yes.
Right?
Bye.
Oh, we're supposed to.
We're supposed to say bye
We're getting
first.
better. I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich Abroad.
And this is Cheng.
All right, now we'll do it.
Deuces.